Yeah, everyone, guess who's back? It's Kamish back here with another draft preview, and this time we got an awesome owner out of the international, Eric and Swaginho, a guy that's finished pretty high in this league. Never won the title though. Pretty high win percentage though, and definitely one of the better teams usually year over year. This year, I'm sure he'll want to try to get back to the winning form. There's no doubt about that. So let's just get right back into let's get right into the preview here, Eric, and I'll share my screen here. Oh, sorry, I'll bring up my PowerPoint. Here we go. All right, so current keepers, I got Rashad White, running back. Oh, I did it again. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I always seem to be forgetting that A in these previews. I don't know why, but Rashad White, interesting scenario, right? I mean, there's going to be competition there with Bucky Irvin being drafted. So, I mean, were they satisfied with Rashad White if they make that decision to draft Bucky Irvin? I don't know, right? So. You have to ask yourself that question. So it's a bit iffy on that keeper. And, I don't know if you could say the same thing for Devin Singletary for the Giants. Singletary, obviously, it looked like he kind of took the job in Houston before obviously getting shipped to New York here in the off season. And, there's not much competition there in New York, but there is some young running backs in that stable that could compete. And you have to wonder if they'll compete in training camp here. And that's really what you'll need to follow for that situation. Wide receiver, you're a little bit more stable. Tyreek Hill, I think, is clearly one of the best players to want and have in real life and in fantasy. Very electric speed. A guy that just puts up big volume, a lot of numbers on the volume, right? And if the guy can break away, then he's getting you those big breakout points as well. Nico Collins, I know they got Stephon Diggs. I think, I kind of agree with some of the readings I've been doing lately that Diggs has maybe lost a step, and I do think he's a bit of a cancer. I don't know if that's media created or not. Very well could be. I mean, they said the same thing about Terrell Owens. Turned out, he wasn't really. I mean, he had a problem with McNabb by the sounds of it, right? Same with Chad Johnson. They made him out to be a villain. And I don't think he was, right? So, we'll see. But Nico Collins, I think will put up pretty decent numbers for you. Anthony Richardson, this again is risk coming back from a big injury. Year two, looks like he could be a deal threat quarterback. But we'll have to see how he performs. And then for Houston, you got the strong safety there, Jalen Petrie, which I think is going to be a pretty good IDP to have to make to get volume with tackles and maybe even potentially some big plays. So your draft pick scenario. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put your round 29 pick down there, Eric. I do apologize. But you do have a 9 picks in the 9 rounds there. It's pretty much I'll be honest, it's a bit of a ho-hum draft, right? You just have all your original picks, no trades last year. You do pick 13th, which I think, will put you in a pretty decent position to get someone decent still, right? There's always some surprises by teams, and I'm always baffled, right? I look at my draft chart and people pick different, and people do better and people do worse. It's just the way she goes. But I think again, if you have all your original picks, it does put you in a position to win, right? Definitely puts you in a position to try to make the playoffs. Our likely first picks for Sean, he had Anthony. Oh, I think he's picked sorry, he said Jalen Daniels, maybe. He thinks he's better than Anthony Richardson. Sorry, I got that screwed up, Sean. But I do believe he thinks you're going to pick the rookie Daniels. So maybe he's thinking you don't keep Richardson. Myself, I think just like the last team I just previewed, Team Cash, I think you have the opportunity to pick the same 3 guys. D-Hop, McConkey, or Brian Thomas, the rookie. So, again, I think those players will, pretty decent picks for you for sure. Potential storylines again. I don't have Sean's prediction for you, but I do feel that you every year can make the playoffs. You always seem to make the playoffs every year, so I'm not discounting you again. If things go well, I think you're a playoff team. If things go bad, I think consolation for you, but we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, I mean, you're definitely not a drop candidate, in my opinion. The only way you could ever be a drop candidate, Eric, and if anyone else is watching your preview, I think they would agree with me, is if really you just had a horrible draft. With you not trading much, hey, I don't care, right? I mean, if that's the way you want to manage your team, it's fine. Sometimes it's hard to make trades, right? It's a lot of work and you're busy, everyone's busy, I'm busy, so I get it. But I just want to say it's a pleasure having you in the league and hope to see you here year over year, my man. Hey, good luck this year.